Human lives are characterized by our experiences. They shape our past, present, and future. What is interesting about Arthur Miller's allegorical play The Crucible is that it effectively presents human experiences in an engaging and thought-provoking way, while simultaneously criticizing the contextual hysteria of McCarthyism. It explores into the nature of human value of truth regarding its relationship with integrity and draws upon Miller's own experiences in the 20th century Red Scare. Animal Farm is another text that allegorically represents human experience. George Orwell represents truth as sometimes can be manipulated and distorted by the desire for control, and building upon the ideas presented in The Crucible shows how one's past experience can be effectively experienced through language and literature.
Miller represents in The Crucible his own human experience, in which the play he criticizes the collective experience of the early 20th century Red Scare. The allegorical style of The Crucible acts means for the author to draw comparisons between the Salem witch trials and the hysteria and paranoia which arose as a result as communist accusations which characterized the McCarthy era. Arthur Miller himself as witness to the disbelief and sheer irrationality of these accusations, as he himself was called upon to name supposed communists and to be charged, and he refused. He portrays the town of Salem as a place the stink of rotting corpses hangs everywhere, and no man knows when the harlot's cry will end his life, which parallels the Red Scare as a world that has gone mad. This contextual insight into the experience of a society which is based around the mutual hysteria is Miller's way of criticizing humanity's mob mentality. Through this context, Miller provides fascinating insight into the effects of manipulation of truth and how the influence of human value of self-preservation and integrity. This is mostly shown through the character Abigail, who represents integrity through a negative individual experience and is contrasted by John Proctor, who shows a positive experience. Abigail is Miller's way of exploring consequences of human behavior. Abigail is the catalyst of the witch trials. She claims to have no blush about her name, but is having an affair with John Proctor. Her accusations in the play convict innocent people of being confessed to witchcraft in order to excuse herself from dancing like a heathen in the forest, to prove the opposite to be true. For Abigail, manipulation of truth is seen to save her reputation, which is ironic as been lying, she is further tarnishing it with John. John heavily contrasts his death in the conclusion of the play as Miller's way of saying, truly to maintain integrity, one must be honest. Proctor's famous line, because it is my name, I cannot have another in my life, is exclamatory language that symbolizes an individual's experience with repetition is closely linked to how we choose to portray the truth and how the portrayal of truth reflects their character. George Orwell's Animal Farm, also written in an allegorical style, can further provide analysis and further insight into the human experience. The novella allows us to consider the different perspectives of truth, one that is also reflective of Orwell's own experience and own motivation. Animal Farm's portrayal of the truth is a cynical one, strongly influenced by his experiences as a socialist and an advocate against the Russian Revolution, and through Animal Farm is a sharp critic of communism and the manipulation of truth for control, which are characterized in communist Russia. At the beginning of the text, the pigs establish the 7 rules of truths, which establish the basis of their newfound control, and these are: whatever goes upon 2 legs is an enemy, whatever goes upon 4 legs or has wings is a friend, no animal shall wear clothes, no animal shall sleep in a bed, no animal shall drink alcohol, no animal shall kill another animal, and all animals are equal.
Orwell presents the communist experience of the Russian Revolution by taking the 7 statements and destroying them. Ultimately, the final ideology, all animals are equal, is amended towards the end of the novella and changed to the famous line, all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. Orwell utilizes the oxymoron through the contradicting statement that underpins the reign of Stalin, who slowly manipulated the entire nation into promising certain ideas and changing them to establish control. With these 2 authors, George Orwell and Arthur Miller, both incredibly effective in presenting human experiences as they use the past, their context, to relate the ideas about humanity and truth, whether to be the manipulation of truth for reputation or the manipulation of truth for control. Thanks.